Audrey, and welcome to the Insight Show. This is where we dive deep into various issues ranging from science, politics, business and economics, fashion and arts, and many more. We shed light on things that affect us directly and indirectly during our day-to-day lives. Today, our Insight touch shines on science. But before that, let's get the news headlines. The news in the outdoors. On our headlines today, opposition leader Raila Odinga to be sworn in on the 30th of January. Tennis player Johanna Konta suffers first-round exit in Sydney. Scientists discover genetic timetable of brain's aging process. Welcome back. Today in science, we are going to look at schizophrenia, a mental disease that affects our society, but very few people know about it. Our reporter Belinda Adika has more on that.
They're our friends, family, neighbors, and colleagues. But do we really know what goes on in their minds to make them who they really are? Schizophrenia is here with us, but many are blind to it.
You said schizophrenia, what? I think I've had schizophrenia, but I'm not aware of what it is per se, but I don't know. What is it? Okay, so schizophrenia. Schizophrenia, I believe, is a long-term mental disorder, if I'm not wrong, and it usually involves a breakdown in the relationship between thought, behavior, and emotion of the person. So they tend to feel like they've lost track of the reality, and that's the main issue.
Schizophrenia, I think it's a mental disease. I'm not sure about it, but I think it's a mental disease. It makes people go crazy and something like that.
I think it's a mental disorder that affects a person's ability to think, feel, and behave clearly.
From the views we have gotten, very few have knowledge on this disease. We visited a counseling psychologist, Madam Irene Kimani, who gave us more insight on the topic.
Schizophrenia, a tricky word to pronounce, but what it means, it's a mental disorder where somebody is not in touch with reality. Maybe they have hallucinations. Hallucinations, that means they see things that other people don't see, or they could have what we call delusions. They think, I think I'm a president, or I'm a pope. They have that delusion. They delude themselves that they are something they are not. And schizophrenia comes around, its onset is like early adulthood and maybe very late adolescence. And that's the time people start seeing the symptoms, they start seeing something not quite okay with you. And there has been a lot of research done on the causes, and one of the causes we realize, especially as counselors, is the family. When you have someone who has schizophrenia, you check the family history, you find that a relative had in their life, maybe a grandparent, an uncle, a cousin, somebody in their nuclear family. So that is usually one of the causes. Another cause which a lot of research has shown is in the environment. We have a lot of toxins going around, and sometimes they mess up our brains. Sometimes when the baby was young or the baby was not born, maybe the mother indigested something which affected the child. But the symptoms now appear later adolescence or very early.
According to mentalhealth.net, 1% of the world population is diagnosed with schizophrenia. This means that out of every 100 people, one person is suffering from schizophrenia. We're going to hear more about this from our second expert, Dr. Winnie Wayaki.
One of the symptoms that we can know somebody has schizophrenia is when they have hallucinations. And hallucinations are of many types. We have auditory hallucinations, where what commonly people call hearing voices. We have visual hallucinations, where the patient sees things that other people can't see. And many other hallucinations, but in schizophrenia, the auditory ones are the most common. What does the brain of a schizophrenic look like? How does it differ from a normal brain? The biggest thing that imaging, because people tell what is happening in the brain through neuroimaging, the biggest thing that has been seen is that the brain of a schizophrenic has less gray matter. It's a smaller brain. And this is what the disease does to the brain. In late teens, it assaults the brain. Some people say it spreads like a forest fire. It just goes eating the brain, reducing it. And many people like to know, is schizophrenia curable? Recent research is showing if it's caught early in those late teens years, it will not be cured, but its advance can be slowed down. You see, as we are saying, the brain is rapidly being destroyed. That can be slowed down with medication and maybe psychotherapy, counseling. But when it has fully advanced, it is very difficult to slow it down. And so it's only managed by medication. And some people have to be committed to a hospital the rest of their lives. It calls for a society that embraces these people, understands them, and support them in whichever way they can. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I hope you've picked up a thing or two about schizophrenia from our experts. From the Insight Show, my name is Belinda Adika.
Our interview segment, and today we have here Mr. Pavel Tawa, whose best friend suffers from what we'll be talking about, schizophrenia. Let's hear more about that from him. Hi, Tawa.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good.
Well, welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
Tell us a bit about your friend's story.
My friend, her name is Abigail. She has been my best friend since childhood. But she started suffering 3 years ago. Yeah. We noticed this when we were actually having lunch, and she started talking to somebody whom we didn't see.
Yeah.
Yeah, so at first we thought it was a joke, but then following it up, actually she was seeing someone that we really didn't see, and she kept on with the conversation, and we really were worried. That's why we took her to the hospital, and she was diagnosed.
How is it having a friend who's schizophrenic?
Okay, at first it was hard, but we learned to accept her. Sometimes we really don't know what really happened, because these doctors' terms and whatever, maybe they were telling us maybe she fell and maybe something happened to her brain or something, but we've learned to accept her, because sometimes she comes back to reality, sometimes she drifts off to her own world.
You said you've learned to accept her. Does that mean before you did not accept her?
Before we didn't know what to do. That was actually what we didn't know what to do, because the fact that it's new to us, yet she's our friend, we can't just sublime her or just take her away from the rest of our crew. But as I said, learning to accept her is what the world sees in her we really don't see. Yeah, she's still our friend, she still hangs out. The fact that she cannot really jiggle between the reality and her own world.
As a best friend, what do you do to make her feel comfortable, to make her feel that although she's schizophrenic, she's also part of the normal world?
Yes, what I have done in the past 3 years, it's learning to understand everything from her point of view. Anytime she's in that condition, what I've learned is, according to her, it's normal. We might see it as crazy, but in her own world, it's happening in reality. So as much as I cannot be crazy, I try to understand why these things are happening in her own world. Yeah, I try as much as possible to get involved. If she begins a conversation, in the back of my mind I know it does not exist, but I flow with the story, just to because we're not rehearsing life, we're actually living life. We won't come back and live it again. So I do it to her benefit, because I know what she really wants.
I am your granddaughter.
I am your mother.
I am your husband.
I am you. I laugh and love.
I am your future.
See me for who I am.
My mental illness will never define me.
Or my future.
Hello, my name is Sylvia Mundia and I'm here to talk about the disease schizophrenia. It's a mental disorder, a very chronic one for that matter. It affects a person in the way they think, feel, or behave. It can affect anyone between the age of 16 and 30, or even children in rare cases, but it doesn't choose who to affect. Even those people playing in the background can be affected. So with me are two people who will talk more about the disease, how to treat them, and how to care for people with the disease.
Hi. Personally, I feel that if you get someone with the disease, we should treat them. If it's in a family, treat them as a member of the family and not neglect them. Make sure that if with their symptoms, you help them and help them to live decently. And then, secondly, also the family or the people who know this person, they should educate themselves or find out more about the disease so that they also they don't shy away from the person or always avoid this person, because at the end of the day they're still human beings. Yes.
There you have it, and with me is the other lady who will talk more about the disease.
Hi, my name is Cynthia, and I think with schizophrenia, first you need to be aware what the disease is about, and then I don't know much about it, but I think it's psychological, so you should at least find treatment for them if you really don't know how to manage someone with schizophrenia.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure doing this video.
I hope you've learned a lot on schizophrenia and even gotten the desire to know more on the disease. This is where we end the show today. But before I leave, I'll leave you with a did you know fact.
Did you know that when a person dies, they have 7 minutes of brain activity left? It's the mind playing back the person's memories in a dream sequence. Well, now you know.